Now let me discuss the improved diode clamp multi-level inverter. Earlier, we had seen one of the feature of DCMLI that multiple blocking voltages of the clamping diodes. Whenever we go for less number of the clamping diodes, then we have to choose different ratings of the clamping diode, right? And that problem can be addressed by connecting an appropriate number of the diodes. So requirement of the clamping diodes for one leg of 5 level DCMLI can be calculated with the expression m-1 into m-2. So the answer for the 5 level would be 12. So 12 clamping diodes are required to solve the problem like multiple blocking voltages of the clamping diodes. Then how to connect these 12 clamping diodes? Instead of having only 2 clamping diodes per string, we are going to use 4 clamping diodes. So you can see that previously it was only DA1 and DA1 dash, but in this diagram you can see the 4 series connected diode in one string. Similarly, in the previous case we had only DA2 and DA2 dash 2 diodes, but in this one the second string has 4 series connected diodes, as well as the third string has 4 series connected diodes. Now let us find out whether the voltage drop takes place across each of the device is same or not. So once again, let us consider all the lower half switches are in the on state condition, and because of that the anode of this diode gets connected to V1 and cathode of this diode is connected to V4. So these 3 series connected capacitor would appear across these 3 series connected diodes. That simply states that the blocking voltage capability of each diode would be VDC by 4. For the second string, you can see that anode of the lower diode gets connected to node V1 through SA3' and SA4' switch, whereas the cathode of the upper diode is connected to V3 node. So these 2 series connected capacitors would appear across these 2 series connected diodes. So the voltage drop takes place across one diode is again VDC by 4, and same is also implies for this the diode of third string. So this is how by connecting more number of the diodes in series fashion we can distribute the voltage stress equally among all the components. But this connection may not ensure the proper distribution of the voltage across each of the clamping diode, and the reason mismatch of the diode characteristics, the voltage sharing may not be equal. So what should be the solution of this one? We can resolve this problem by having the modified diode clamp multi-level inverter, where each of the terminals of all the clamping diodes would be provided one junction. And to do that, the first string only has 2 diodes, the second string would have 4 diodes, and the last string would have 6 diodes. And thus modified diode clamp multi-level inverter provides solutions to many problems. When we keep this V1 as a common between input and output, then this structure provides the 5 level output across these terminals. But when this V3 node is made common between input and output, then this structure can be decomposed into 2 level switching cells, which means we can have more number of cells which can produce 2 level output. For M level inverters there are M-1 switching cells, and for 5 level there are 4 cells. Let us understand what are these 4 cells. In cell 1, the SA2, SA3 and SA4 these three switches are always kept on, whereas SA1 and SA1 dash, these SA1 and SA1 dash are switched alternatively to produce the output voltage VDC by 2 and VDC by 4, right? For the two level, this V3 node is made common between input and output. So with reference to this point, voltage at V4 node is VDC by 4 and voltage at node V5 is VDC by 2 with respect to this V3. Similarly, voltage at node V2 with reference to this V3 node is minus VDC by 4 and voltage at node V1 with respect to V3 is minus VDC by 2, right? So when SA1 is turned on, by keeping SA2, SA3, SA4 always on, this upper terminal of the output gets connected to node V5, so we can have VDC by 2 across the output terminal. And when SA1 dash is turned on, at that time, because this diode comes into the forward bias condition, this V4 node gets connected to this diode SA2, SA3 and SA4 at the upper terminal of the output side. And because of that, the magnitude appears across the output terminal is equal to VDC by 4. So using this cell, we can produce a two-level waveform which has magnitude like VDC by 2 and VDC by 4 operating SA1 and SA1 dash alternatively. Second two-level waveform we can produce using the cell number 2, where SA3, SA4 and SA1 dash are always kept on, right? 3, 4 and 1 dash are always kept on, whereas SA2 and SA2 dash are switched alternatively to produce the output with magnitude VDC by 4 and 0. So when we keep these 3, 4 and 1 dash in the on state condition, and when we turn on SA2, then this V4 node gets connected to the output terminal, and because of that we get the magnitude across the output terminal is VDC by 4. But whenever we turn on this SA2 dash, then this V3 node gets connected to the upper terminal of the output via this SA3 and SA4. So we get 0 magnitude. And hence, using the cell 2, we can produce another two-level output which has magnitude VDC by 4 and 0 by operating SA2 and SA2 dash alternatively. Similarly, in cell number 3, 4, 1 dash and 2 dash, these three switches are always kept in the on state condition, whereas SA3 and SA3 dash are switched alternatively to produce the voltage 0 and minus VDC by 4 across the output terminals. That means the third two-level output with magnitude 0 and VDC by 4. In cell 4, SA1 dash, SA2 dash, SA3 dash, these three switches are always kept in the on state condition, whereas 4 and 4 dash are operated alternatively to produce minus VDC by 4 and minus VDC by 2 magnitude across the output terminal, and that gives us the fourth two-level output. So each cell works actually as a normal two-level inverter. The cell 1 is two-level inverter, cell 2 is also two-level inverter, cell 3 is also two-level inverter, and at last cell 4 also produces the two-level output across its output terminal. At any moment, there must be M-1 neighboring switches that are on, right? Starting from the cell 1 to cell 4, if you observe that there are total M is equal to 5, so 5 minus 1. 4 neighboring switches are in the on state condition. Let us take the example in cell number 3. SA4, SA1 dash and SA2 dash are always on. So 4, 1 dash and 2 dash. These 3 switches are always on. But to produce the 2 level in cell number 3, we alternatively operating SA3 and SA3 dash. So whenever SA3 is in the on state condition, then SA3, SA4, SA1 dash, SA2 dash, 4 neighboring switches are on. But when SA3 is off and SA3 dash is in the on state condition, then SA4, SA1 dash, 2 dash and 3 dash, these 4 neighboring switches are in the on state condition. So that is the key observation from this modified diode clamp multi-level inverter.